Já ver Romário e Leva trocando uma ideia.
Pep came and say, guys, sit. Forget
Acompanha
everything what
legenda.
we did, what we trained. Forget.
Você teve o Klopp, teve o Guardiola, teve o Ancelotti, teve o Xavi. Não tô perguntando o melhor, mas qual foi o que você mais se encaixou?
It's gonna be like one of the biggest games in the history probably, especially that we are talking about Champions League. That will be like, wow, something I
Cara,
never
eu
saw
como
before, I think.
grande...
Maybe the world need this.
O Neymar ainda...
Eu como um grande entusiasta da moda, né? Inclusive ela viu. Escolhi boas peças na Zara. Eu diria que o Robert Lewandowski, ele meio que acertou no básico, né? Básico bem feito aí. Podia estar melhor. Não tá 100%. Não tá... Cara, eu gostei muito daquela calça. O Lewandowski tá de carro. Achei que o Lewandowski tem muita cor no outfit dele, né? Mas fora isso, tudo combina, né? Porque são cores básicas. Mas podia ser melhor. Agora, o que o Romário fez aqui não existe. Mas o Romário pode fazer o que ele quiser também. Mas o Romário não tem como.
No seu entendimento, 100% fisicamente, um dos melhores do mundo ainda.
The football is going in the way that will be more, copy and pass. The players is gonna be very similar.
Tem alguma coisa na carreira que falta? O que te move ainda no futebol?
You have so many clubs in Brazil that sometimes if you
Vocês acham
watching
que ele
Neymar, how he's gonna play in Santos and
decadência?
also Memphis, how Depay is playing now.
Você achou que foi injusto o Rafinha não ter ganho a bola de ouro?
Douglas Costa, the first 6 months was like, Ballon d'Or player.
Você foi treinado pelo Ancelotti. Você entende que o Brasil ganha mais força com ele como treinador?
Always Brazil is the favorite, but it depends of the players and his performance.
Aí. Falou óbvio, né? O Leva entende português? Cara, ele tá com fone de ouvido. Não sei se você chegou a reparar. Deixa de ser burro. Olha aí, ó.
Galera, é o seguinte, hoje o programa de Cara com Cara...
De cara com cara.
Nós temos um convidado mais que especial. Um dos maiores artilheiros da atualidade do futebol mundial e, com certeza, o maior artilheiro da seleção polonesa. Estou falando de nada mais, nada menos que Lewandowski. Prazer.
Nossa.
Encantado.
Prazer.
Muito gosto de ter você aqui no programa.
Thank you very much. I'm pleasure to be here as well.
Lewa, uma pergunta. Hoje, craque, ídolo, artilheiro, todo mundo conhece. Mas como foi o começo? Foi difícil? Foi complicado? Como é o começo de muitos?
When I was like very young guy, I was dreaming to play in the big stadium, in the big club. And before me, I didn't have like the idol from Poland that I can follow them. So for me,
Ele é o maior jogador da história da Polônia, né? Tranquilamente.
it was very hard because I knew that I have to push, I have to working very hard to be on the top. And I try to find my own way. I try to also be so focused I can and score so many goals. So I know that my way wasn't easy, but I'm very, very glad that I achieved this kind of goals, what I achieved, and still I have this power to playing on this level.
Quem seria o
Quantos
segundo?
anos foi o seu primeiro jogo
Seria o goleiro do deck?
com a camisa do primeiro time profissional da Polônia?
When I was 8, I was starting to play with the academy, and then I think that my first professional club, like me, that was 16. I was 16 years old, so I'm starting to play football. But the first time that I was thinking that the football is going to be my world is that was the transfer when I was 18 years old to Lech Poznan. That time I knew it. Okay, the football
Olha, presta atenção na pronúncia. Lech Poznan.
was the transfer when I was 18 years old to Lech Poznan. That time I knew it. Okay, the football is that what I want to do, and for the next 10, 15 years.
Essa função de atacante, de artilheiro, começou lá atrás ou foi mais pra frente?
Botei de Molarek mesmo, né?
When I was young, always I was playing not only as a striker, I was playing as a winger, I was playing as number 10, so different position, but always I was offensive player. Even I scored
Caralho, eu
so
não
many
imagino ele jogar de ponta não, mas de jovem devia ser um cavalo, né?
goals when I was young. I tried always to find some different skills on different position. But my favorite position was always striker, but also I was playing so many times as a winger, left or right. But you know, it's like I had this, I think,
Será
in
que ele tinha velocidade?
my blood, and always I was scoring so many goals, so that every coach knew that I have to be close the goal and trying to do what I can,
Pra 14 ele era monstro. Cara, eu gostava muito do Mandzukic, mano. Fazia muito gol de cabeça.
what I want and what I have the best. So yeah, that was from the beginning that I knew that this forward position is for me.
É gostoso fazer gol, né?
Of course, I remember one season when I was young, my team was scoring 80 goals and I was scoring 50 goals from all
Apenas.
teams. So I know that, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Você teve uma referência
É ruim de fazer gol, Lewandowski, né?
quando você começou a jogar? Algum jogador naquela época que você imaginava um dia ser?
When I was young, I remember that for me, I didn't have, of course, I was watching the games, I was watching the big names, you know. When I was 8 years, I was watching also the World Cup, like the Champions League. I was watching Thierry Henry, how he's playing not only in Barcelona but also in Arsenal. Before was kind of part that Roberto Baggio and later
Roberto
Alan
Baggio.
Shearer. So I was
Alan
trying
Shearer.
to find something good from this kind of players to that was the dream to get something
Gostoso é uma palavra que só tem impacto de verdade em português. O que será que ele falou? Será que ele falou delicious? Aí, pô, acho que serve. Faz o papel, não?
from them to using maybe later. But yeah, I was trying to follow them. I was trying always to dreaming big and achieve my dream, because as a young boy, it's important to have the dream, to trying to catch the dream. And that was when I was
Será que ele aprendeu a falar espanhol, mano? Eu sinto que não.
young.
E com
Só o
quantos
básico,
anos
se
você
pá.
passou a ter a certeza que você seria o que você é hoje? Craque, ídolo e artilheiro e campeão.
Even now, I don't think about this like that. You know, of course, I remember that when I scored 4 goals in Champions League against Real Madrid, I think that was the first time
Absurdo,
that
né?
I starting see what's going on around me, what I achieved, and what does it mean for the people. You know, before even I scored many goals, that was like that, and players did
Leva que é
as well. But
TikToker, né?
the 4 goals in semi-final of Champions League against Real Madrid, that was the first time that I
Fala bem.
started thinking that I
Mas acho que falar que alguém ou algo é gostoso com tesão não se compara, né? Ou tasty, né? Mas, realmente, acho que não chega aos pés de um gostoso bendito.
did something big.
Você acha que quando o artilheiro marca gols em adversário como o Real Madrid, esses gols têm muito mais peso do que contra um time menor? Ou para você gol é gol?
You know, it depends.
Não. Um gol contra o Real Madrid na Champions League não é qualquer gol. Não é gol, não.
What kind of game? Because of course, goal is the goal, but sometimes
Aqui a tradução falhou. Ele não falou gol é gol. Ele falou gol é o objetivo. Goal is the goal.
what kind of game? Because of course, goal is the goal, but sometimes even that the game is not going well, it's
Aqui, mano, aqui é conhecimento. Eu ajudo vocês, galera, a entender.
tough. In the end, the most important is goal. Of course, the beautiful goals, the people also is gonna remember more. But I think it's more tough to be always focused of scoring the goal. It doesn't matter how many. It's important how many, but it doesn't matter how kind of goals. But to be always there, to trying to find a way how to score the goals. Also, it's more tough for the long way. You know, of course, sometimes scoring one beautiful goals in 10 games is easier to scoring 10 goals in 10 games. So I think
É.
for the striker, it's more difficult to be always ready, mentality, physically as well, and this kind of feeling that you know exactly when you should to be to score the goal.
E você tem um treinamento específico de finalização? Quando acaba os treinamentos normalmente nos clubes, você tem isso? Você gosta de fazer esse tipo de treinamento?
Yeah, I did, and I had this kind of training, not only during the training session, but also after the game. For example, at home, I was analyze my move. I was analyze trying to read the game. Also,
Nem o inglês dele é
I never
100%,
need
né?
to be like the striker who need the sprint to score the goal. I was the player that I find the position with the smart move, more intelligent, be on the pitch, and
Faz
I try
sentido, né?
to find the best way for me, And I think that was
Nunca foi aquele cara de uma
the
explosão
training
absurda, né?
session. The exercise is one thing, but analyze the opponent, analyze my movement, and analyze and read the game. So it's also not only typical football skills, but also so many things in your head. It's important to bring this on the pitch.
Fala galera, vocês sabem que Romário e Lewandowski
No Vasco, no Dortmund.
diversos produtos da Case com descontos no site.
Você jogou no Dortmund e no Bayern, na Alemanha. São rivais. Como é que foi isso para você? Eu tô te perguntando porque eu também joguei no Brasil, no Flamengo, no Vasco. São times rivais.
No real, não. Caralho, a vergonha que eu passo.
Tem algum significado especial isso?
Eu tô falando, tomei o remédio errado hoje, eu tô idiota, mano. Eu tô idiota, mano.
At that time when I had to decide to join the Barcelona, I
Confundi com o Ronaldo, mano. Eu confundi com o Ronaldo.
think that was one of the more difficult decisions in my life, because like 1 or 2 years ago, I won everything with Bayern. We won Champions League, we won League, Cup, Super Cup, World Cup, Club as well. But I know
Só
that
tudo
in
só.
more for that time for me, that was the moment that I needed to join to Barcelona, even that the Barcelona was in a really bad situation, not only financially, but also as a club, And when I'm watching them, when we play against Barcelona in Champions League one previously season, that I decided
Que deu só 8-2, né? É desse jogo que ele tá falando, né?
to join the Barcelona. I remember when I was on the pitch, I felt that in Barcelona missed something. It's not the same club as before. It's like, of course they won't, but it's missing something. And after this both game that we play in Munich and in Barcelona, I knew it when I have opportunity to join the Barcelona, I can help them, not only to find a way to coming back on the right track, but help them to be as before the top club. Of course, I knew that it was going to be very hard
O time do Barça 100% hoje é um time absurdo, né? Com De Jong, Pedri, Yamal, Leva, Rafinha. É loucura. Até o Ferran vem feito os golzinhos dele, né? Dani Olmo. É um time bom, mano. Mas eu acho que assim, tem seus defeitos na defesa, eu acho. No gol. Eu não sou seguro nesse Juan Garcia, não. Tá ligado?
also for me.
Kubarsi.
But if I take the time, we can achieve the goals and achieve the level that the Barcelona needed. And from that time was difficult, but I decided, because I feel that in my heart, that is the moment not only for me, but also for the club, that we can together achieve really a lot, and the club can come back on the titles track, and that was my challenge as well.
Na Alemanha, qual dos dois clubes?
Assim, o Romário perguntou sobre como foi jogar nos rivais, né? Borussia e Bayern. Ele respondeu sobre a ida dele pro Barcelona. E eu não entendi muito bem como que ele fez essa conexão, não. Ou se o tradutor perguntou mal a ele, né? Então, entendi.
Que você mais se sentiu bem? Mais, como eu posso dizer? Mais se sentiu
as well.
Na Alemanha, qual dos dois clubes que você
o Romário fez mais uma pergunta sobre os dois clubes aí pra ver se ele responde alguma
mais
coisa.
se
né?
sentiu bem? Mais, como eu posso dizer? Mais entregou em relação às atuações dentro de campo e principalmente a fazer gol? Dortmund ou Bayern?
It's a little bit different. Of course, the Bayern, everything was prepared for me, for striker,
É mais fácil jogar no Bayern do que no Dortmund, né?
Almost every situation, action, that was clear that the striker has to score the goal, and try when we build up because of the striker. Even that was years ago, and even now. In Barcelona is different. But what I felt in Barcelona since first day, I felt like the pure love from the people, from the club. Of course, in German, I never say any bad words, because I felt very good in Munich. The club is really big. I achieved everything what I could achieve. But if you compare Barcelona and Bayern,
Provavelmente ele não deixou de ganhar nenhum título possível.
the people from from Germany, they're more strictly, they're more, you know, like with the distance. And in Barcelona,
Ele não fala do Dortmund. Ele perguntou entre o Dortmund e Bayern. Ele falou de Bayern e Barcelona. Alguma coisa tá errada.
from the first day I saw that, wow, they looking on me like not only the football player, and as a man who can help them, but also like what kind of support I get from them. That was for me that I was surprised,
Eu acho que é tradutor, tá? Pra mim é tradutor.
and I love it that time because
Ou
it's
ele tá
amazing. And
sabonetando.
now that the
É isso aí.
fans, the people in the club, everyone around the club how support me, that's mean a lot, and I appreciate it. I'm very glad of this.
Tecnicamente falando, aqui na Espanha o jogo é bem superior do que a Alemanha, no teu entendimento, dentro de campo. O jogo é...
Appreciate it. I'm very glad of this.
Tecnicamente falando, aqui na Espanha o jogo é bem superior do que a Alemanha, no teu entendimento, dentro de campo.
Vamos ver o que ele vai responder. A La Liga é consideravelmente mais difícil que a Bundesliga, né? Ainda mais jogando no Bayern.
I already saw that the last 2 years in Bundesliga in Germany, they changed the football. You know, of course, they're more open. You can score more goals. Of course, even that you have less game, but you know the people, the team wants attack. You know, in La Liga now, it's different than years ago. Like the teams are more focused on how to defend, how to play with the behind with zero. You know, they don't want to score so many goals, and also like I think sometimes referee they don't allow to play more offensive. You know, if the defender play hard, they don't make the foul. You know, and like they is allowed to play more hard. You know, so it's like if you compare La Liga now and like years ago, La Liga changed a lot. And it depends of the teams, but of course, like I think that you have more team now that they're more focused to play defensively than offensively in La Liga.
Você
Ele
hoje
tá
tá
falando
30
sobre a La Liga ter mudado, mas sabonetou de novo. Ele não disse qual que é mais fácil, qual que é mais difícil de jogar, mas o cara tá sendo... É isso aí, TGZ. O cara tá sendo um políticozaço.
7 anos, você está no auge da tua carreira. Você sente que você vai ter, fisicamente falando, força para jogar até mais ou menos quantos anos? Em alto nível.
Tem quanto ele?
I don't know exactly, because even now I feel really good. I know that the people talking about my age, and from one side I don't care because
37 já.
it's easier to find the explanation if something happened because of the age. But it's not true.
Na média, eu acho a Bundesliga mais competitiva. Pô, eu não acho não, mano. Eu acho que o time mediano na La Liga é muito mais forte que o time mediano na Bundesliga. Dá pra ver isso nas competições europeias.
Because even I see in the training session, if I see like the dates after the game, I see still I'm on the high level. I'm the guy who press mostly in the club or maybe in La Liga from the striker, you know. And before they say that I cannot press, so it's something wrong. So I mean also that I can do this, still doing on the high level. But also, of course, I need the support. I need the support of the coach or the players, because I'm the striker that I'm also waiting sometimes for the ball, but also I'm trying to create the space for my teammates. So in the end, if I feel like happiness, I feel like that someone also still believe in me, I can give them 100%. So how long? I don't know, but this season for sure I can stay playing on the next level next season as well, because physically, even like getting older, it's not completely different that I'm going down like 50%. No, maybe 10-50%, but can happen. But till now I feel really, really good, and so
Ele já cravou que vai terminar essa e jogar a próxima, né?
I feel like that I can play.
Eu tenho uma curiosidade, eu li que você nas refeições, na sua dieta, você começa com a sobremesa. Isso é verdade?
That was like many years ago. It was like idea. I didn't say that I'm starting, but I say that if I want to eat dessert, I trying to eat after lunch, like 2 hours after lunch, or maybe like 1 hour, half hour before the lunch, because I didn't want to mix everything like with the sugar or sweet things with the protein, and that was like many years ago. But of course, I'm still like focused on my diet, what I should to eat, what I want to eat, and also like I don't like to mix everything, and because of this, that was like the idea to eat this like 2 hours after the lunch, or maybe half hour or 1 hour before the lunch.
E deu certo.
I felt really good, you know. You can check if you
Qual o
eat
sentido disso?
like meat and then sweet things, what's going on with your belly, with your body. You are going like lazy. So you have to listen your body. And I started listening my body like 15 years ago. And I know sometimes what can help me and what not.
A forma de treinar.
Cara, eu não acho que faça nenhum tipo de diferença comer 2 horas antes, 2 horas depois, comer junto. É só uma crença que ele teve e tá tudo bem. Qual liga mais competitiva? Liga 1, Bundesliga? Cara, eu tô dando minhas opiniões de leigo aqui, acompanhando pouco futebol que eu acompanho da Europa, tá? Eu não sou nenhum expert, nenhuma opinião embasada pra caralho. Eu acho que a Bundesliga é mais competitiva do que a Liga 1.
You know sometimes what can help me and what not.
A forma de treinar do Robert hoje, com 37 anos, é diferente quando tinha 20?
Yes, it's different. I think always I try to speak with coaches because I think that the goalkeepers and striker need the different exercises. Because if you're doing everything with the team, how many touches with the ball you have during the training session? Not many, because
A Liga 1 pra mim das 5 é a mais fraca e... Eu não assisto muito, né? Mas a que eu acho que é mais chata de assistir de todas, se eu fosse parar pra escolher... Não que eu assista de novo, mas se eu fosse parar pra escolher... Acho que a mais chata de assistir, eu não sei porque, eu acho é da Itália, mano. Acho a Liga Italiana chata de assistir, mano.
mostly central defender or like midfield players, they have the ball. But striker can only play 1-2 touches sometimes during the training session. That's why I think that the striker need different exercise. Sometimes
Tudo under mesmo.
they have to do something extra exercise typical for the striker. But I change my training session every 2-3 years, and the last 5 years also I change something because the football is changing. Football is changing, I think, every 5 years. And I'm the player who can adapt for every kind of style of the football. It doesn't matter that we're playing offensive or we play from counter-attack or we're playing with the keep the ball. I could always adapt for every style of the system. So that also helped me a lot. And also I know that I have to be more flexible player, not only to one way, because I know that maybe when I get older, that I also still improve the best what I have, not to have like focus be only on the striker who sprint a lot or who is fast and later cannot do the movement in the area. I know that the movement in the area for me is the more important things.
Hoje, no seu entendimento, com 37 anos, você precisa mais da força física, da parte técnica ou do posicionamento para fazer gol?
Pô, mano, se for levar em consideração que o cara tá mais velho e menos móvel, eu acredito que posicionamento. Porque a técnica, ele tem, mano. E isso todo mundo tá cansado de saber.
I think everything.
Óbvio que ele vai responder isso, né?
Everything. I think position is very important. I think that for the striker, like what's in the head you have is like 50, 60, 70%. Of course, technique is very important, but you can run always. But stupid running is for nothing. Maybe to do the show for the people that they see, he ran a lot. But in the end, nothing changed. It's always better to
Desgasta muito, né?
staying in better position to run as a stupid player, you know. So this is important to know position. Also, in the end, you need the finishing, you need to control the ball, you need know what to do the ball. But also, in the end, you have to think faster, smarter than your opponents.
Uma pergunta.
Resposta
Alguns
boa.
anos, o Robert se vê treinador?
I don't think so, because to be the coach is very tough. You know, it's like, especially that
Vai
after
ser
so many
treinador.
years as a football player, maybe I need some
Ele vai virar influenciador TikTok, Instagram.
to get some distance of everything, because as a coach now with the pressure,
Lewandowski
you
ou
can-
Kane, eu sou Leva. Mas o Kane é um absurdo de jogador. No auge eu sou Leva.
sometimes you have to change the club, so it means you have to move from the city to the city. I know that tactically I know a lot because I was working with the amazing coaches and he teach me a lot, he learned me a lot, and we are talking about the tactic a lot of times. But for now, I don't think so. I think no, but of course,
Não, o Kane pode ser mais completo. Mas até porque eu acho que ele vai ter um passe melhor, sei lá, lançamento em profundidade melhor, vai voltar mais pra armar o jogo. Eu não sei até que ponto esse papo de completo é uma qualidade que tem que ser levada mais acima do que todas as outras, entendeu? Porque às vezes um cara que é especialista em fazer aquilo muito bem é melhor do que você ser um cara muito completo. Não é o caso do Kane, porque ele faz tudo muito bem. Pô, eu acho que, no geral, auge, eu ficaria com o Levo ainda.
After maybe 15, 20 years, when I'm missing the locker room, the smell of locker room, I say, okay, maybe I can try. But for now, I don't think so.
Você teve o Klopp, teve o Guardiola, teve o Ancelotti, teve o Xavi. Não estou perguntando o melhor, mas qual foi o que você mais se encaixou?
I took from everyone something good. Klopp,
Tá vendo? É óbvio que ele vai falar, não, todos têm suas qualidades, não sei o quê. Não tem um melhor que o outro.
was from me as almost as a father, you know. Pep Guardiola gave me so many tactics skills, so many focus on during the training session of this kind of things that before I never thought that you have to be focused. In rondo, or like it is very important to use your body to be ready to open your body for the left, right, everything small things. And we were talking a lot about the tactic, and he told me, I can help you how to be on the position as a striker because you know better than me, but I can help you how to give the ball to you, how to prepare, how to build it up. And we were talking a lot about this. And, you know, like Ancelotti, for example, he gave me a lot of self-confidence. And that helped me a lot also to improve my next level. Like I tried always from every coach, take the best what they had.
Você tem alguma história assim
Legal.
divertida com algum deles que você poderia contar?
Yeah, I remember.
Brasil, qual é o seu melhor amigo? Ah, cara, acho que todos eles têm qualidades aí. Eu acho que o Spider é gente boa, o Joboso é engraçado, o Alan é um filho da puta. Acho que todos aí têm suas características, né?
One story with Pep Guardiola that we prepared for one game like all week, tactically, the system, and we know it that during the whole week how we're gonna play. And the day of the game, we were in the locker room. We changed already the jersey, and we go out to warm up. When we coming back to the locker room after warm up, Pep came and say, guys, sit. Forget everything what we did, what we trained. Forget. We're playing like that. And he show us how we're gonna play. And for us, on the beginning was like a little bit
Guardiola
tough.
deve ser
But
muito
later,
foda, mano.
we changed like during the game from the 3 back, 4 back, like that. And it wasn't the problem. And we knew it, okay, now we change like that. We play like that, okay, no problem.
É bem o Pepe isso.
Yeah, Pep is like, I think for some kind of players, Pep can be tough coach because he give you 100%, but also he take from you like a lot of percent. If you are not ready for this, can be tough for players who are
Isso é
not
uma
ready to
cobrança
working hard, to
assustadora,
be
né?
always focus on job.
O cara deve
Você
ser
teve
um
Suárez,
louco do futebol.
Kane, Cavani, Benzema. Qual desses parceiros que você jogou?
O Cavani não pode estar nessa roda aí não, pra começar. Não pode sentir o cheiro desses aí.
Que mais te encantou?
You know, it's like each striker is different. You know, it's like Luis Suarez. He had some amazing, you know, this like
Suarez
that
é um
he was
monstro
going on
também.
every ball in the box. He tried sometimes even that he doesn't know what he wanted to do, but he tried and some amazing goals.
Eu acho que ele não quis dizer que o Cavani jogou com ele, não. Quis. Eu entendi a pergunta de outra maneira. Tipo, você teve atacante da sua geração tal e tal. Qual que você achou que era o mais encantador aí, sei lá?
Work and the cooperation with Leo Messi, Neymar, that was amazing, and he scored so many goals, so many beautiful goals. If you take like Karim Benzema,
Ele vai ficar mandando qualidade de cada um e não vai cravar.
he didn't score so many goals, but he was the player who tried to find a way how to play more pass, how to
Maior saboneteiro da
help
história.
your teammates to build up the situation. And I am, for example, different kind of striker than Luis Suarez or Benzema. So I think that the Luis Suarez had
concordo aí.
like this feeling that he never afraid. He tried to always try
É, ele não tinha medo não, se ele
even-
precisasse morder, ele mordia.
to do next goal, even that he missed some chances. And Karim Benzema, he wasn't focused on goals. He was more
Jogo do lado do CR7, quem que tem que focar em gol?
focused on to play with the teammates. And I think this
Servir
both
mais.
to both players that are different, but also in my era that I was playing, also in the era of Cristiano Messi, Cavani, so many amazing striker. And now the
Fala mais
football
aí.
is going in the way
Falcão.
that I don't think that you have so many strikers in the future, because I think that the model of the academy is like
Firmino.
you cannot find the players from the street, and I think
Guerreiro.
unique player is going to be less and less.
Eu ia te fazer essa pergunta. Hoje em dia é muito mais difícil você encontrar um artilheiro com técnica e inteligente do que na tua época quando você começou aqui na Europa? Técnica. Hoje em dia é muito
Pera aí.
mais difícil você encontrar um artilheiro com técnica e inteligente do que na tua época quando você começou aqui na Europa?
I think that now is in the modern football it's going to be more tough to find the goal scorer like the typical striker, and
Travou aí, ó. Ele deu uma resposta objetiva.
also you don't have like typical number 10 as before. What I see that more the football is more focused on physical things that define the
Travou, mas é o que todo
footballer
mundo
who
fala
is
também.
very fast, you know. But in the end, in football, if you are smart, if you think a lot, this is your power, you know. Of course, you need the skills, you need the technique, but the football is going in the way that will be more, you know, like copy and pass. The players is gonna be very similar, and I think that will be less interesting than now or like before.
O futebol tá ficando chato.
Existem 10 artilheiros hoje. Você se colocaria em que lugar desse ranking? Dos 10 maiores artilheiros hoje do futebol moderno?
Oh, it's so tough, you know. It's like
Ele não vai cravar uma posição. Eu não preciso nem ver isso aqui pra saber.
I think we are different. Everyone from us are different. You know, it's some kind of player was more focused to play more football, but they less score goal.
Não
I
dá.
was more focused to score the goal. So of course, if you are talking about me, I'm very proud that I can compare with in some time with Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. Sometimes I could beat them. You know, even that I was like 2 years in the row the best player in the world. It's mean a lot for me, and I'm very proud of this. I'm very glad, because in this time that we play with Leo Messi, Cristiano, so many amazing players,
Foda, Matt.
I won 2 times in the row the best player in the world. So it means that I can be glad and I can be happy of my goals and of what I achieved.
Hoje o Robert, com 37 anos, já foi campeão, já foi artilheiro. Tem alguma coisa na carreira que falta? O que te move ainda no futebol?
Dá pra responder.
You know, it's like so long I'm gonna play football. Of course, I wanna achieve the titles, because in the end you're gonna remember the titles.
Pô, Rod, não tem como. Tá chato, mano. Tá chato, Rod. Não tem como.
Something as my performance on the pitch, I wanna show everyone that the age is just a numbers, and of course, like now how we're playing is different. That I was playing in Bayern Munich on like 2 years ago with Barcelona, but even so long I'm on the pitch, I wanna show that the age is just a numbers. I can still really scoring a lot of goals, and I know that now the football are so focused on the young players, because they need some new fresh blood, and this, of course, I understand this, but in the end, like the performance on the pitch always is going to be the most important.
Basicamente, ele falou que o que move ele hoje em dia é provar que um cara de 40 anos consegue performar ainda.
Existem alguns jogadores aqui europeus, espanhóis, ingleses, holandeses, que estão tendo a oportunidade de jogar no Brasil. Isso poderia passar na tua cabeça?
Fala que não. Fala que não. Fala a verdade. Fala que não.
If you're talking about Brazil, of course, that we
Ele vai fazer o que o Podolski não fez. Pode vir. Estamos precisando.
have like the story that some players from Poland was playing in the Brazil league as well, and even now when I watch sometimes the Brazil club how they play, and of course I know how it's going because we have also like I spoke with Rafa. I speak also the players from the America, and we are talking about this league. And what I know that the league is growing up. They invest much money to bring the players back also to the league. But of course, to see some kind of games that the fans are very like emotionally. They are crazy about the football. And during my career, I met so many fans from Brazil, and that they support so many clubs. You have so many clubs in Brazil that sometimes.
Engraçado que ele, tipo assim, falou que conversou com o Rafinha sobre a Liga Brasileira, sendo que o Rafinha não tem tanta experiência assim, né? Ele não jogou nem profissional no Brasil, eu acho.
About the football, and during my career, I met so many fans from Brazil, and that they support so many clubs. You have so many clubs in Brazil that sometimes. If you're watching that Neymar, how he's gonna play in Santos, and also how Memphis, how Depay is playing now. So of course that sometimes when I'm watching highlights,
Mas ele sabe quem tá aqui, né?
some games that I see that the football there, the people live with the football.
Você já jogou ao lado de alguns brasileiros, Thiago Alcântara, Douglas Costa, Felipe Coutinho. O que você podia dizer pra gente que aprendeu com esses caras dentro de campo?
Yeah, I remember, for example, Douglas Costa with his left foot that was so fast, and he assisted me so many times, and for me it was easy to play with him because when he controlled the ball, I know that he tried to find me to play the pass or to make the cross. And this cooperation with him, for me, that was really, really appreciated. That was amazing guy. Felipe Coutinho, he was also technically with the ball. That was amazing player, very kind player, personality as well. And for example, now Rafinha he's different. He's different, it's like I was smiling that sometimes if
É porque o Coutinho no Liverpool foi absurdo, né?
if they playing bad games, I'm telling to them, have you been in Copacabana? And it's like they are too much sometimes relaxed, but no. But they came from sometimes from the street, and you see that they are different, they are unique, and this kind of players the football need.
Qual é o melhor desses que você já jogou, brasileiros?
Vai falar assim.
It's tough. All of
Vai
them,
falar assim.
they are so amazing. Douglas Costa, the first 6 months was like Ballon d'Or player. Then Felipe Coutinho tried to find his form back, but he's had something special as well. And the Rafa, the last season in Barcelona, was like, wow, he scored everything, but it's tough.
Você achou que foi
Porra, toma essa intrometida, essa interrompida do Romário aí, porque a resposta não tava boa, não.
injusto o Rafinha não ter ganho a bola de ouro?
I can say that I know this kind of feeling, so I can him understand a lot, but he scored so many important games, and he was always there with the goals, with his performance, and he helped us a lot to be in the semi-final of the La Liga, of the Champions League, to win La Liga. Yeah, but this is football. Not always the football is fair. So of course he deserves to.
Ele meio que falou que não foi justo,
to
né?
be
Pelo menos isso.
minimum in the top 3, yeah, even that maybe to win the Ballon d'Or, but in the end it's like the football, and that hurts him for sure a lot.
Ele deve
But
ficar
for me,
muito puto,
for
né?
example, it's something that never changed, and some kind of individual titles shouldn't be like, that I'm a better player or better person. No, of course,
Isso aí foi o que a terapia te disse, né?
that the people, someone vote of this is the rules, and you never know that the rules, why this kind of rules are in this, for example, in Ballon d'Or.
Nós, sul-americanos, para nós, jogadores em geral, esse é um título que para nós tem muita importância. Para todo, não só brasileiro, argentino, uruguai. Então, eu acredito que o Rafinha ficou bastante, não sei se magoado, triste, Mas eu entendi também que era uma oportunidade que ele poderia ter ganho, na minha opinião.
Yeah, that he knew that he had opportunity to win the Ballon d'Or, and he was very, very close. And of course, you never know that this situation happened again, especially that he's 27, 20 years old, and that was the first season of him like on the high level. So yeah, it's like it's sometimes if you are so close that it hurts. It's normal. This is like we are also in the end the human. We're also trying to dream about the big things, but believe me, for me, nothing changed if Rafinha has.
Cara, eu não consigo lembrar se na época do Leva a bola de ouro e a FIFA ainda estavam juntos. Ou se já tinha separado. Eu sinto que já tinha separado.
Ballon d'Or, or if he don't have Ballon d'Or. For me, Rafinha as a football player is going to be the same football player without or with the Ballon d'Or.
Ele tem the best?
From my side, nothing changed. He's like the amazing player. What he achieved, what he's doing in Barcelona, means a
Tem.
lot for the club, for him. And also I like
Mas
if
bola de
he
ouro?
try to play with me or try to play pass to me, because
Só um nessa entrevista tem, né?
I know that his left foot is amazing, and I'm trying using his left foot as a striker, because it's important that all together we're going in one way and we can achieve
Não tem também? É só pela FIFA o Romário? Ah, então.
another title.
Eles estão iguais,
Maybe
então.
some moment Rafinha can win Ballon d'Or again.
Falando agora do Barcelona, qual é a tua sensação de jogar no maior time do mundo? Do caso, eu acho, que eu sou Barcelona sempre. Tá feliz aqui?
I'm very
A pergunta é: tá feliz aqui? Ele não consegue responder, mano?
happy
Vai falar que não?
to play for this kind of club as Barcelona. Is, of course, for me as a striker, even in my age, I would like playing every games. Of course, sometimes it's impossible, but if I can play, I can have my teammates with my goals, with my performance on the pitch, position, and in the end we win the game. So this is the best solution. So I think, yeah, it's like to be in the Barcelona, to see how big this club is, what's going on around the club, even that we are traveling in USA or different parts of the world. You see that so many fans follow you, they support you, and this means a lot. It's like I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to join to this club.
O Barcelona tem uma característica muito interessante, que é revelar grandes jogadores novos da base. No caso, hoje eu queria falar do Yamal. O que você acha do Yamal?
What he
Acho uma merda. Acho o Yamal uma bosta, jogador fraco. Pô, mas aí me desculpa também. O que o Romário queria com essa pergunta?
showed us, like as a football player in this age, is like incredible. You know, he started already like 1 year or 2 years ago, and still he's like, his movement is so natural. He don't has to think. He's just doing. Of course, for him it's gonna be challenge to staying on the top for the next year, because if you starting so early, you never know what's going on in the next few years, because it's tough, especially in this modern world with the social media, Instagram, TikTok, and etc. The things.
Ele
For
curte.
him, it's also it's gonna be like a challenge, because he's the good guy. He want to be the better player, and he try to improve a lot. But yeah, it's to watching him how he's playing is something really, really not only impressed, but some things what I enjoy a lot, because his movement is so natural. He don't have to. He just doing. He don't think, and this is the huge difference.
Ele é inteligente?
Yes, he's very good guy. You know, sometimes the people talking about, but when we talking together, I see that he's humble, and what he has around him is, of course, for one side is tough, but as a football on the pitch, what he's doing is like, you cannot saying that even one bad word, only good words, only amazing words.
Você, como um dos mais experientes do grupo, você tem consciência e noção da sua importância para esses jogadores dentro e fora de campo?
Of course, it's like I am in the football so many years, so I saw many things in the football, and sometimes I have different point of view of the different situation than the young players has, or because it's when I was younger also I was thinking my point of view is the best one, but later I saw so many things and it was different. And now of course I see situation that even not yet happened that can happen. And of course I'm trying sometimes explain the players, the people in the club,
Deu uma
what's
viajada
going
aqui.
on, what can we do better, what's
Tava
is,
precisando
what
fazer
we are
um ajuste aqui na live.
doing good, but also like when I saw this young teenager, and I learned from them a lot because it's the different generation. I was grow up with the different generation of the football player, and now I'm in completely different generation. And on the beginning it was tough because mentally they were in the different level, as they are now. But I knew it that I have to be patient. I have to maybe doing the step back to not press on them too much because maybe they are not ready yet. But they improve a lot, and I'm very happy that I can be one of this guy because I'm learning from them a lot, and I'm trying to help them if some experience with my skills. When I talk with them, I'm trying to give them advice. If they take it and they see the difference, it's good for them.
Seu contrato vai até quando do Barcelona?
The end of the season.
A princípio você vê a possibilidade de encerrar sua carreira jogando com o Barcelona?
Of course, it's one kind of possibility, but I don't think about this. I have still like a little bit time, and in my age, it's good that I don't have to think too much about this, because still I don't have this kind of feeling.
Ele tem 37 anos, né? Ele tá vendo o CR7 jogar com 41 lá na Arábia. Ele não vai querer parar agora.
Think what I want to do. If I know what I want to do, that maybe I can decide. But for now, I know that I have still time, and if that right moment coming, then I have to decide, and I'm gonna decide.
E como tá a sua lesão
Será que o Barça vai querer renovar com ele, mano?
no rosto? Tá melhor?
Yeah, it's now it's good. I'm coming back to play, so I'm gonna play with the mask a few weeks, but now I can play again.
A eliminação do Barcelona ano passado foi muito dura, muito cruel, até triste. Você acha que hoje o time está mais preparado do que ano passado?
I think, yeah, because we learn.
Não, Romário. A gente tá bem pior que ano passado. Esse ano a gente não vai chegar nem nas quartas.
From the last season. Also, we learn also from this season, like after the first game in Copa del Rey against Atletico Madrid, that we know now that we cannot waiting for the second leg, for the second game at home, for example. We have to be ready for both games. It doesn't matter that we're playing away.
Você não vai dar não, Romário.
If we're gonna play in Champions League, both games are very important, because maybe the first game against Atletico Madrid in Copa del Rey that we lost 4-0, we thought we have second game, so maybe we can win second game, but we lost 4-0, and the second leg was impossible to win 5-0. So it means you have to be ready for every games.
Agora entra na fase de mata-mata. Você
Do Álvares,
acha
será?
que o Barcelona
Seria
é um dos
foda, mano.
favoritos?
One of the few, yeah, but I don't like to speak. Yeah, we are favorite, but because it doesn't make sense.
A gente sabe que você não gosta de falar
No,
isso.
it's like we have very young team, and if we improve that, yeah, that will be fine. You have also this season very strong team as Arsenal or Bayern Munich.
O meu palpite pra Champions é o Bayern, mano.
How they're playing, so they are favorite for sure. We don't have to be, because it's more important if we're gonna win than it's not important who was the favorite of the Champions League.
Me diz 4 clubes que você vê que estão bem preparados para chegarem mais próximo de campeão.
Sei, todos têm suas qualidades aí. Você vê, pô, estamos fazendo jogo duro com o Newcastle aí, então acredito que tem muitos times aí como Arsenal, Bayern de Munique, Bodoglin, Sporting. Acho que todos aí estão muito bem preparados para chegar lá. PSG, Chelsea.
I think that the Arsenal, Bayern Munich,
Us.
of
E aí?
course, that Liverpool is very strong still, I think. Manchester City, I think also, but it's one game, Manchester City against Real Madrid, you never know what's happened. If some of this team
Tomaram, 3-0. Toma, taca.
won, then maybe they grow up, they got self-confidence and gonna play better. But I think, yeah, always big clubs, you can say that they are in favor to win the Champions League.
Se o Barcelona chegar
Pelo menos ele falou 4.
à final,
E não botou o Barça.
qual seria o adversário ideal? Eu joguei no Barcelona. Se você me perguntasse isso, eu ia te responder o Real Madrid, porque ganhar do Madrid é muito gostoso. Você também pensaria assim?
For the world, for the fans, of course, that's gonna be amazing game, final for everyone in the world, even that not supporter of Real Madrid or Barcelona. But as the final, that will be not only dream for us or from the people from Spain, but also from people from the
Não
world to
adianta,
see
cara.
the final.
Os astros, eles nunca se alinham. E quando você acha que eles estão se alinhando, dá um jeito lá de não rolar.
Real Madrid against Barcelona to watch the game, and that's gonna be like one of the biggest game in the history probably, especially that we are talking about Champions League. That will be like, wow, something I never saw before, I think, and maybe the world need this. Why not?
Nós temos aqui um quadro que se chama Dois Toques. Gol mais bonito da carreira.
Fifth goal against Wolfsburg. 5 goals in 9 minutes.
Melhor parceiro
Loucura
dentro
isso aí.
de campo.
Não vai falar, mano.
Thomas
Será
Müller.
que vai? Legal.
Se não fosse jogador
Legal. Legal. Gostei. Vou até dar o like aqui agora.
de futebol, o que seria?
Oh,
Tênis, TikTok.
I don't know. Maybe actress.
Camp Nou ou Allianz Arena?
Ele falou actress.
Maybe actress.
Ah, qual foi, doidão?
Camp Nou ou Allianz Arena?
Wow.
O campeonato é mais foda.
Tough. Oh. Camp Nou, Allianz Arena. Camp Nou. Yeah.
Sua maior qualidade em campo?
Finishing.
Um talento seu fora de campo?
TikTok. Dancinha.
Cooking.
O que mais gosta de fazer nas folgas?
Spend time with my family.
Um lugar para passar as férias?
Mallorca.
Estilo de música preferido?
R&B.
Uma palavra
Aí me impressionou no R&B aí, hein?
em português?
Ok, obrigado.
Ele ia falar um palavrão. Tinha que ter falado, falta personalidade, cara.
O que é mais difícil, fazer 5 gols numa partida ou dançar TikTok?
5 goals in 9 minutes.
Esse ano nós temos a Copa do Mundo e a Polônia está a 2 jogos para classificar. O que vocês acham? É possível?
Não, Romário. A gente chegou perto, mas dessa vez não vai ter como, cara. Você não sabe, mano. Tá difícil pra caramba.
Yeah, we have chance to play in the World Cup. Of course, we have semi-final and final. If you wanna win these two games, we play in the World Cup. So I think we are ready, and I'm sure that we have huge chance to play in the World Cup.
A seleção polonesa hoje, ela é mais forte, no teu entendimento, do que em outros anos?
Now we are stronger because also so many players playing a lot and they are in good shape, performance. So yeah, we are stronger now than a few months ago.
4 seleções
Não, Romário, é o pior que eu já vi desde que eu vejo futebol.
que você acha que podem chegar à final do Mundial?
Spain, England, France, Portugal.
Spain, England, France, Portugal, Brasil.
Brazil, yeah,
Mano, cara.
I think these teams.
Você foi treinado pelo Ancelotti. Hoje ele é treinador do Brasil. Você entende que o Brasil ganha mais força com ele como treinador?
I think that Brazil, the players who's going to play in the national team, he can show his best performance for sure. And I'm pretty sure that Ancelotti can do this.
Então a última pergunta é: Com o Ancelotti no comando da seleção brasileira, o Brasil passa a ter chance de ser campeão?
Nenhuma.
Always Brazil is the favorite, but it depends of the players and his performance. You know, when I was young, I was always watching Brazil national team in the World Cup. But it's only this tournament. Everything can happen. But I think they have opportunity to win the World Cup.
E o que você acha do Neymar? O Neymar faz a diferença? Se ele for à Copa, ele vai fazer a diferença pro Brasil?
Mas não, só quer saber de aniversário da
If he
irmã.
is in good shape, he doing always difference.
O Neymar ainda é, no
Isso é
seu
verdade.
entendimento.
Isso aí devia ser a opinião de todo brasileiro. Todo brasileiro deveria falar isso. Na ponta da língua. O Neymar, saudável, tem que estar na Copa. Todo brasileiro deveria repetir isso todos os dias. Saudável, eu nem digo por 100% voando um cavalo. Apto a jogar futebol. Ele tem que ir.
Em 100% fisicamente, um dos melhores do mundo ainda.
If he want, he can be, for sure. If he want, he can be. And it depends of him. If maybe Ancelotti asks him, you are ready, you can really, you think that you can be competitive, and he say yes, that for sure yes. But he knows better than me because he knows exactly how he's feeling.
A gente pode esperar ainda muita coisa do Messi e do Cristiano Ronaldo
Já foi,
nesse
Romário.
talvez último Mundial deles?
Acabou.
Probably that was going to be the last cup for them. But Portuguese
Não, Romário, melhor nem jogar.
has the strong
Não vai
team.
passar vergonha.
And of course, to Argentina, they're gonna play as the World Cup champions. So they have to try to keep it this, but will be tough for Argentina. Of course, they as a team, they're also playing very strong. And I think Argentina is a team that the most competitive team or nationality is going to be which be in the World Cup as a team. They playing really, I think the best football as a team. But of course, in the World Cup, you need the players, you need the luck as well. You need to be in the best shape. So in the end, it depends
Sempre depende, né?
how you start sometimes in the World Cup. If you're starting well, then later it can be easy. But the best player on the world is going to play in the World Cup with the best nationality. And it depends how you prepare the team as well.
Se a Polônia for classificada, o que a gente pode esperar do Lewandowski na Copa do Mundo?
We can
Nem o louco.
expect
Tô fraco.
for sure something that maybe I cannot expect as well. No, but for sure, if we're gonna play in the World Cup, we can show something different. And I'm pretty sure that if we're gonna play World Cup, we can be dangerous for every nationality.
Legal.
Gostaria que você mandasse um abraço aí para a torcida do Brasil, alguma coisa positiva em relação ao Mundial, para a gente ficar mais animado.
Yeah, I hope so that the national team of Brazil is gonna play amazing football. I'm pretty sure, and if they're gonna play in the semi-final, I hope so that Brazil can achieve the final, because this national need also the big tournament, the big names and big titles.
Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado.
Você é foda dentro e fora de campo. Tem aqui os presentes para ele.
Do case.
Dos nossos patrocinadores.
Muchas gracias.
Essa bolsa, Roberto Lewandowski, e uma camisa da seleção que eu vou assinar para você com muito orgulho e muita honra.
Muchas gracias. ¿Te ayudo?
Pô, tinha que ser uma da época que o Romário jogou, né, mano? Romário canhoto aí, ó.
Um abraço ao Robert.
Esse aí deve ser o autógrafo de número qual que o Romário deu? Eu chuto, pô, não mais do que 38 ali.
Do amigo Romário.
Obrigado.
Se
Ah,
chegou a
bonito.
isso.
Que bonito. Você
Muito
aparece
obrigado.
né? Obrigado.
Boa sorte.
Cara, maneiro ver esse tipo de entrevista, tá? Porra, conseguiu trazer um jogador do nível do Lewandowski pra trocar uma ideia aí com o Romário, mas assim, pô, o Lewandowski não foi dos melhores entrevistados, né? Não deu uma resposta certeira, fugiu de quase todas as perguntas e, pô, foi meio chato, pra ser sincero. Mas o vídeo é top, não tem pra onde correr, não. Muito maneiro de terem conseguido isso e tal, trocado essa ideia com o Leva. Mas, pô, ele foi muito político, saboneteiro demais. E eu fico com a impressão de que dava pra ter feito perguntas melhores, mas ao mesmo tempo, eu acho que a maior parte da culpa é do próprio Leva mesmo. Só eu tenho 2 autógrafos, porque o Romário pegava a minha vizinha. Comentário foda.